We've got Jill Swanson, our reporter, Ted Michaels, for publisher. Kathy Coyle, of course, is the webmaster. Photographer, Irv Stowers. Irv, you're making us all look good. Audio visual, Paul McCandless. Zoom host and chat monitor, Pat Coyle. And our greeter today was Christine Leslie. Thank you, Christine, for welcoming us all in today. And another couple, oh, that one? Okay. How about, is this better? Oh, okay. All right. And then upcoming once next week, we're going to start our table, our check-in table. And so, and we're going to be kicking off a few things. One that I'm very excited about is our 50-50 raffle. That'll be fun. We've got things that are moving on that, and then our check-in table. So some of the old is coming back, and we're going to make it new and fun for everybody. Can you still hear me? Yes. Okay, great. Okay, so let's start off with visiting Rotarians out in Zoom land. Pat, do we have any visitors?
No, President Sheila, we do not.
All right, how about in our room here today? Do we have any visiting Rotarians? Oh, we have one right over there. John, can you introduce?
I'm Ward Eccles.
This is Ward Eccles from the Morning Club. I don't know anything else about him, but you want to tell?
Yes, remember our.
Well, I'm been in so long, they don't give you a rank anymore. So, but I still am doing dentistry. All right.
All right. And we say, hey,
It's Ward.
okay. Ward. Okay, how about in Zoom? Do we have any guests? Pat?
Kind of ragged.
No, we don't have any guests, President Sheila. It seems like you need to speak up a little closer to the mic so we can hear you better.
Okay. All right. How about here? Okay, I think I need to hold it. Okay. We have another, okay, guests of Rotarians.
Good morning, Rotarians. Is it working? I'd like to introduce you to Bob Freeman. Stand up, Bob. Bob is and the you might say the developer of the organization called the Global Uplift Program Project. Yeah. And you probably just received a little brochure, a couple of pages from me about his organization. And he lives a mile away, and he is not yet a Rotarian, and he's becoming one. His career has been in entrepreneurial activities, and we're really glad to have Bob.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And hopefully in the future, we could maybe hear a little bit more about what you're doing. That would be very exciting. And thank you for checking us out. I hope we meet your approval. Okay, let's see here. Announcements. Okay, we're going to start off with, oh, wait a minute, let me put the button. Oh, geez. Okay, Dawn Sweeney. Dawn, you're going to give us a little insight here into AI.
Just a brief announcement. A few of you know that Gordon Jones and I and Alan Burnham are sort of interested in what role AI may have an impact on Rotary and our mission. And so I have just a question or two for you, and I'd like to get a show of hands to see if you agree with that or not. So I have proposed to Mark Roberts that we have a talk or two on AI. And I've also proposed that we start with a tutorial, a friendly tutorial on how you could use AI in your everyday lives. So my announcement is really a question. By a show of hands, how many of you think AI is relevant to the mission of Rotary. Okay, and how many would like to start with a friendly tutorial? Okay, I'm done.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much, Dawn. Did everybody hear that? No. Okay, you know what? All right, you know what? Maybe I'm going to use that tactic. That's not a bad idea, Dawn. Thank you so much. Okay, next I have Norm and Mark. Oh, what there?
All right, just hang out, Norm. Okay, this is going to be just 60 seconds. And so the long and short of it is there's been some questions about, hey, the amount of money we have to pay went up. What happened? And if you want the really short answer, which I think is a good one, is moving from a place which is subsidized by your tax dollars to places that aren't subsidized by your tax dollars cost money. Don't know if anybody believes that or not, but that actually is true. Second thing is feeding people costs money. And so those two things together are sort of the whole arc of the change in the cost structure there. So when we go places that ultimately feed people, they bury all the costs in the food. We don't all eat. Okay. So we have to pull that cost back out of the food because otherwise you're getting a $37 hot dog, which makes no sense, to sort of get us to a facility fee and essentially a food fee. So your facility fee is going from $220, which barely covers this government subsidized facility, to $720, which will sort of work on a sort of for-profit place out in the real world. And that is an extra $5. That extra $5 times 50 meetings, $250. So that's essentially that increase. We're going to visit a bunch of different places. And if at the end of the day, people say, I don't want to eat with Rotarians, they don't have good manners, they see food in their mouth, I'm not interested in that, and none of those other places were super fun. Okay, then we'll adjust things back down to sort of be whatever we're doing. Or if we find a place that's even more expensive, and we'll let everybody know about those things, then we'll sort of make the adjustment that way. The one thing we don't want to do here is have the money that we donate for other purposes to the club subsidized food. We ultimately, Sheila has 3 things on her list, right? What are those 3 things? Can anybody remember one? What were the 3 things she said were important? Fellowship, yep. And there was a second one. Fun was the third one, but I'll take it a second. And the third one, service. All right. So the $5 is going toward the fellowship and the fun end of things. All right. And we're trying to not eat the service end of things. Okay. Because we don't want to literally eat the club's resources. Now, I can see Glenn, he's probably the most excited person in the room because for 7 years, he's been trying to get us to actually come clean on not cross-subsidizing out of club funds when we eat. So that's a man who actually is very excited about it. I think he's the only one. But that's sort of what's going on. Oh, there we go, Norm too. All right, that makes 2. All right, if you have questions, hit up Norm or I one-on-one. It's a little easier one-on-one than by email because I swear to God, I've watched some emails go back and forth, and I think it gets worse when we talk by email on this one. But the great news is this will put us on a very good foundation. The other thing to do, last announcement is we're back at Beebs next week. Sign up for lunch, okay? Because I think we have a total of 5 people right now. And we pay the same whether we have 30 or 5. That's the other piece of the puzzle that eats us alive. It's on some weeks, people will just decide they're not going to eat. Actually, no, they're not going to pay to eat. We would like a really good correlation between those who pay to eat and those who eat. That would be really nice on that, because we're not checking IDs at the door. Maybe we should. But please sign up to eat. Please put your money in the kitty on that front. We've got a lot of other fun things going on, and this will pay the bill. So thanks.
Very much, Mark. Thank you, Mark. All right, and as Mark said, if there's more questions, he's more than happy to go over that with you. A lot of you have brought up like to try and visit as many as we Foundation update.
I can't believe I finished 1 year already. So the last year we did very well, and we set some goals for the annual fund, Polio Plus, and EREY, and we beat the annual fund and Polio Plus. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you for supporting all that. So EREY, we got to 81, which is still probably the largest number of participation we have had in years. So that we matched 45,500 foundation recognition points for anyone who donated or over. Into Paul Harris fellow recognitions. And really? All right. No. All right. So we matched 45,500 foundation points. Donations $100 or over. And that was very positive. It got me encouragement. So 500 could earn Paul Harris Cup. So on and so on. And next one. I don't know if I started working now. Hello? Can you hear? No? Well, I think people on the Zoom is the one that is concerned. Okay, so we're going to set the goals for 23, 24 after we meet, after the board meeting. And hopefully we will do better than this year. And what I'm also going to tell you, the focus going to be in August, we'll make the recognitions for Paul Harris Fellow and Paul Harris Society. And I'll share the donor histogram so we can all look at it, how we are progressing and how much more we can do. And we'll have a pledge cards and also encourage donor Rotary Direct as much as we can, so we have a way to know as we go along. And then we're going to have a ABCs of TRF donation and why we should donate to TRF. Now, I'm going to close that by saying our committee, we have a new member, Don Sweeney, welcome. And so Irv will, even though he has international services, he will continue to be part of it. And Pat McCann, as well as Glenn Kubiak. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Cloud. Okay, just a little reminder, on August 30th, Sonia, thank you for all the hard work you do. We're going to have a little wine social. Did I hit that button? Oh, the wine social. Family Vineyards, 5 p.m. They're on South Fast Road, or excuse me, research, sorry. The club, we want to encourage Red Badgers to come. We'll treat the Red Badgers, and then the club will get the snacks, and then Blue Badgers, you get your own glass of wine. Oh, prospective members. So if you bring a prospective member, they're free as well. And then Blue Badgers, you buy your glass of wine. But please, if you'd like to bring
DoorDash.
other,
Pardon? DoorDash.
that would be great. Can you hear me?
DoorDash. Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
Did it not? Okay. All right. Our next location at this point, We're going to be going to Beeps on the 17th, the 26th, and then back to the RLCC here on the 2nd of August. I'm not quite sure what room we'll be in, but I think we've learned to be flexible. Hopefully we'll know ahead of time. Sorry about this last minute. I think Joel found out when you got here, right, Joel? Yeah. Surprise. Okay. Let's see here. And next week, our speaker is a local native local person that's going to teach us a little bit more about the Native Americans in our local area. So I'm very excited about that. Okay. So it's that time in the meeting that I well, wait a minute. Just before this, I wanted to maybe reach out and touch some people, maybe touch their wallets. Let me start. I think there's a few in this room that need to brag. No, you don't need to brag. Oh, you're going to brag next month. Okay. Then I've got Paul McCandless. Paul, I hear.
Yeah, my daughter graduated from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo this spring, and that's where I was a few weeks ago, down helping her celebrate. And she graduated with a degree in mechanical engineering and a minor in music. And so in honor of that, I'd like to join the President's Club with my donation going to the music scholarship.
I don't have enough guitar. I need one more. God knows I just need one more guitar. I'm going to celebrate by joining the President's Club with the extra music.
Okay. Are we ready to move along? Can I push? Much better. Our board of directors. So I want to thank all of you for being so patient with me, trying to assemble a new board and getting people to do things that they want to do or stay doing. So I appreciate every single one of you stepping up and wanting to help me and our club be the best it can be. So all I'd like to do is introduce our board and our service directors. And some of them, I don't know, it's kind of early. Some of you may have some information to share for your committee. Others may not. So let's get started. Where's my little thing? Okay. All right. So just to kind of go over the different directors that we have, obviously our president-elect, Mark Roberts, our money man, Norm. JR Romero has taken on major events. Thank you, JR. Alan Burnham, you will continue to do the amazing job with membership, and I appreciate what you do so much. Gowd, Rotarian Foundation, it's in your blood, and I thank you for all you do for all of us. One of the things we're bringing back are Sergeant at Arms and Bob Bishop. There he is, Bob Bishop, and his backup or sidekick Trex Donovan. are going to be helping with that. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of them starting next week. So here's some of their duties, just so you know. Now they kind of do the setup, they kind of get things going, badges, etc. But they will be going around. Oh, I left it in my car. Remember that old mug, that wooden mug we used to have? John Saberario was our sergeant at arms, but I kind of helped him out a little bit. He will have cards, Bob or Don, depending on Trex, who's here and who can, and they may both be here. So when we do fine time, or if somebody has a brag and they'd like to, give us a little help for the club, a little donation, they will come around with the cards and pins and collect that money from you. And then on the cards, you can indicate how you want that to go. You can either give them a check or put on there to be billed, kind of what we used to do. So they will be strong arm. I'm sorry, they will be doing their sergeant at arms job, extracting the money. So they're kind of my little, well, not little, my Bruno and Vito. So I'm very excited. Very excited. Okay. Let's see. How come it doesn't work when I push it? I need some muscle. Okay, so services. So Gordon Jones has agreed to continue doing club service. I thank you so much. Loretta Caskey has agreed to continue to do community service. And on that note, she works really hard to try to find things for us to do. And what we did last year, if you're not sure, you'd like to do something different, let Loretta know. She puts a lot of work into that. And so I want to make sure, again, the fellowship and fun that we're having it, but she works really hard. So let's try and, work with Loretta and get a little bit more involved. I know you can't go to every single thing, but it would be great if we could all make an appearance, at least one of them. International services, Irv Stowers, you're my main man, my photographer, my historian, and international services. And I think you're helping out as well. So Irv, thank you so much. Vocational services, Jeff Youngsma. Thank you so much, Jeff. Are you in Zoom line or are you here? He's in Europe. Well, okay, I guess he's a little far. Anyway, he's agreed to take that on and I'm very excited. And then youth services. I have a tag team of 2 individuals that are, I would almost say they are so qualified. Matt Foos and Trish Monroe. Matt obviously works with LARPD and he has a very, very deep background in working with youth. And Trish Monroe, that's right up her alley. So they'll be working together to take youth services and, make it our own. And then with that said, on these committees, what I'm going to be doing is reaching out to some of you, making sure you have all the help you need. If you need extra people to help you, because I'd like to see as many as possible of our committee or our members be part of a committee. Again, the fellowship, getting involved. And it may be that you're just doing a task, but it's making a difference and you're helping that director to get that job done. So I really appreciate that. Let's see. Okay, next. Okay, so we're going to start with international services and Irv's got a little something to share with us. Thank you, Irv. All right.
Good afternoon. You're probably it's not clear from it what it does, but basically, when you donate to the Rotary, to the University Rotary Foundation, those funds go into their bank and are held for 3 years. They collect the interest, they use it to pay for their expenses, and then they return it to the district The district, our district is different than many other districts in the sense that it then redistributes that return money to the clubs, to figure out what projects to pay for. A complicated algorithm, the money comes back, and if you do an international, what they call a global project, then they also can match the points that you get when you get the return money and add additional funds from what's called the World Fund. So at the moment, if you go to the bottom, this year we actually received 10,868 DDF district distributed fund credits. And additionally, we received 10,867 credits that can be used for district projects, essentially non-European, outside the United States. And because of the funny accounting system, they hold some of the money back and put it in this World Fund. Those credits that are shown there actually $19,000 for a global project and 13 a district project. Now, so when the club talks about it's doing a project outside of the city of Livermore Valley, this is generally one that's paid for somehow through this funny DDF money that comes back from Rotary. And basically, it's your money. Whoa. We had a phone ring, huh? Okay. It's actually money that you donate. So when you're wondering, when you're being asked, usually by GOUT, to give money to the Rotary Foundation, this is where it goes. It goes into their bank for a while and then comes back, and then we get to choose what the project is. And the purpose of the International Service Organization is to figure out what those projects are that we want to fund. Okay. No, next one. There's a couple of other things that International Service also does, is it essentially facilitates the international students that come from UC Berkeley for a weekend. If there are expenses associated with food for dinner or something like that, it comes out of the budget for international service. And it facilitates the orphanage that Paul Thompson has been the honcho for many years, to an orphanage in Nepal. And that is a peculiar one because it doesn't really come through Rotary International. That it's all based on donations to our local foundation called the Rotarian Foundation of Livermore. And Paul Thompson is going to be the chairman of that. And if we do an international student exchange, that essentially falls under this committee. So what I'm looking for are essentially volunteers of people who would like to participate in the selection process of these projects, because there are, god awful number of charities around the world and have projects that they would like to work on. We need to decide how we want to distribute the funds. You might even be asked to go to one of the projects and observe what they're doing in a foreign country. So I'm looking for volunteers. I at the moment don't see any hands sticking out, but I will be calling. Okay. Oh, got one at least. Good. Two, got three, four. Wow. Okay. We almost have a committee. Okay. Do you have any questions about international service in this short overview? Kathy?
Just wondering, for the past few years since Millie was president, we participated in an area grant, global grant committee. Are you going to continue with that? Since Millie was president, we have participated in the area 4 global grant global grants project. And that's all the area 4 clubs work together to do a global grant. Are you going to participate in that this year or not? Did you get that?
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, my question is, you like what President Xi said of the area will be estimated with all
That is definitely on the list of things to be considered, because it's a nice joint effort. And in fact, many of the clubs in the entire district don't have enough money received to pay for an individual project. I think it's a minimum of $30,000. We're fortunate that we actually have a lot more cash to spend. For a number of reasons, what Kathy is referring to is an agreement among Area 4 to pick projects in Guatemala, because for one reason, it's physically close. And if you want to send a representative to observe the project, it's sort of nearby or relatively nearby. And there's no question they have financial needs and, are unfortunates that live in that area. There's other people in the club that would like to expand and broaden the subject area. So it's under discussion at the moment.
Irv, I think I need to clarify from, past stuff for so long, that it's not just Guatemala, but I agree with access. But I believe they've also done some other international projects in Africa and India as well. I just want to put that out there, but if you're going to keep us posted on whether or not you're going to continue with that, that would be nice. Thanks.
Okay. Now, did you have a comment?
Yeah, let me elaborate on what Irv was saying. In the past several weeks, the Area 4 Global Grant Committee did meet, and I was one of the participants. And not only from us, from other clubs, raised questions on what they're doing, what their project criteria is. As a result of that, the total MOU and selection criteria is being revised. And there are a lot of comments, a lot of questions. And the goal for us is to make that as open process as possible. And the major donors, major contribute to the DDF, and we should not leave them out and get their opinions and do the right thing for the project moving forward. As of right now, the MOU is not being signed. It's not finalized. That's still under review. Thank you.
And Paul Thompson, did you have a question?
The only thing, can you hear me? The only thing I'd like to see us do is to answer a simple question for me. For example, I've just received a request from Nepal, from the Navakiran Children's Home. They're looking for $30,000 to dig a deep well, because the cost of water in the Kathmandu Valley is increasing and there's not water available, too easily available. So I'm working with the Kathmandu Rotary Club, and I would like to know what we can do. I never understood this DDF and all this other stuff we can get from the foundation. I'd like some help and see how much local money we can get. I am planning to do a fundraiser at some point soon, but I'd like some help how we can get some of this money you're talking about.
Maybe you can talk offline on that and have a little.
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of questions associated with international service, and I'll be glad to talk to anybody about it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, a little thank you here to Mike Morgan for his phone just spit out $10, and thank you for that.
it is not possible to silence the phone by just decreasing the volume. So now I know.
So I have one more to collect. And thanks. Appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, let's give them a big hand for being good sports. I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Yeah, you know what? Wait a minute. We're going to put a new sign at the window because we won't have to have fundraisers. Okay. All right. Let's see. Am I going the wrong way? Okay. Oh, Jesus. Wait a minute. It's 1:15. That's it. Oh my goodness. Well, I didn't want to bore you, but I wasn't thinking about making it that short. Couple things, and we can get out of here a little early. Volunteers, when you were saying volunteers, Paul, I really truly want to get as many people as possible engaged. And if you would like to do some little thing, please send me an email. I would
Sorry, all. I'm not sure whether they're going to be able to get reconnected here or not. The main laptop where they drive all the audio through so that we can hear it is lost its connection. And Paul McGandless indicated they were trying to reconnect. So that's the status right this moment.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Hank.
The virtually all of the audio coming from the meeting room, it was very, very bad. It had 4 or 5 echoes on it.
Yeah, we heard the same thing, Hank, and they replied that they didn't understand what was happening with the choppiness that we were experiencing, where the lack of fidelity that described.
Do they have someone new doing it now?
No, it's the
Oh,
same
okay.
team, and we spent some time earlier this week debugging some issues and getting things working again, and it was working fine at the beginning of the meeting, and then we ran into snags along the way today.
Okay.
Again, I don't see, I'll just have to see if they're able to get reconnected. It looks like they're,
Nope. Do they realize they're disconnected?
yes, that laptop is coming online again now, so we'll see whether or not.
Do I stop? Deco, okay. Just keep it rolling. There are some things that I've not taken care of that I will get taken care of. And I said last week, and I still haven't gotten to it, but some important things. And then also I have to apologize. I get probably in the neighborhood of like 50 emails just from Rotary, probably a day. And I thought these were coming from me handing out my business card when I was at Pets. And I went, oh God, I am not going to Petaluma for this meeting. I'm not going, you know, I'm taking care of my club. I don't need to go to all these trainings. Well, some of these are important to all of you folks. So I want to confess and apologize for not forwarding. There's a few that should have went to you, especially avenues of service, things for new members. Where's Beth? Beth, yeah, I'm so sorry. So those will start going out. So I'll publicly flog myself financially next week about that. So I do apologize. So if there's been things that you kind of wondering, where are they? The buck stops right here. Literally, the buck stops right here. Okay, well, with that said, oh yes, Carol. That's what I was just going to ask. Brag time.
Iowa State University in agricultural engineering. He's working in Stockton as part of Natural Resources Conservation Services, part of USDA. And for the time being, he's living with us in Livermore. So we're happy about that. And in celebration, I'd like to join the President's Club and have the donation go to the book project.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Hey, do we have anyone else that's got a little confession, brag? Ooh, Bob. Yes. Norm, what did we mark? I think we decided no. We're going to leave it 100, 150 for now. Yeah. What? No? Did you all hear that? Okay, so we're not going to change that until the Finance Committee has an opportunity to review that, and then they'll get back to the board. Okay. Okay, we're going to try and make it easy. We're going to try and make it easy. Anyone else with any brags, confessions? No. Oh, we do have one. Thank you, Paul.
Came back from the UK my first time. Hello. First time in 5 years, a few weeks ago, and had a great time. Friends, family, mountains, streams, fancy hotels, and good stuff. So I would like to give, I'm just trying to decide on the amount, but I'm going to put $1,000 into our local foundation. And I want it dispersed in a particular way. Okay. And I'll let Irv know what that way is, but it'll go to some international projects and 25 cents to our club. No, I know, 50 bucks to our club, and then we'll talk about the rest of it, okay?
Glenn, oh, we got one way in the back. Does he have a microphone? Okay. Well, the Zoom people
If Dennis
can't hear.
says so, it must be so. Let's see. So I've missed a lot of meetings because my wife and I have been having a lot of fun. So we were in Sicily in March. Woe is us. We were in Carmel for a month of May. And then I was hiking in beautiful Marble Mountain Wilderness last week and missed your first meeting, Sheila. I apologize. So I think all in, inspired by Brother Paul over there, I'll put in $500 purely to the club to find
Wow.
myself. So thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. Oh, we've got Paul Thompson over here. Can he has him, get him a mic? Did I say Paul? Mike.
I can't let
Get Mike a mic.
brother, as Dennis said, show me up. So Anita and I were fortunate in when was it now? May. Yeah, May, I guess. Went 5 days in Lisbon, had my birthday there. Had a wonderful time, very inexpensive, very good wines and good food. And then we had 7 days when I was in a 12 Brits versus 12 American golf tournament in Southeast Spain, which was enjoyable, except the last day was a horrendous storm came through and interrupted our final day. But we had, again, great food and everything else. And so I will give $1,000 to the foundation international and $1,000 to our local foundation. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, time's running out. So I'm not going to say anything.
Oh my goodness. You all, this is why I love being part of this club. You guys are amazing. And thank you all so much for being so warming and understanding and patient with me. Hopefully I'll get my act together by next week and be a little more organized. I am trying. Yes, sir. I've run out of mics. I had to.
All right. So we're going to send out, Paul, you're going to send a reminder with a little link of how to pay for your lunch. I know people are supposed to remember and all of that. And you have it logged away so you can get in every time. Is it, help me. Who was it? Joel, there we go. Are you going to send out the reminder with the little link of how to pay for lunch? That'd be great, because right now without it, we only have 5 for lunch, and lunch will literally eat the club alive. We do that twice and things go really badly. So we do need 30 of you total to get there. We'd love to have 35 or 33. Yeah, because those extra ones, they're kind of almost free. Not quite. We get charged on a per head basis, but it's way better if we go over. If we go under, it's bad and it adds up really fast. So there'll be a reminder out and we can check on it. So if you want all of us to sleep well over the weekend, like, tomorrow, Friday, sign up, the time value of money's not that much. It's $25. Yeah, Friday at the latest. Norm?
If there's a difficulty with Square, just let me know. You can bring your $25 in check or cash. It's not an issue, but we need to know so we can tell them how many meals to prepare. Again, and also let me know if there's problems, so I then could work with Glenn and get this straightened out.
All right, that was our big push for lunch. So we'll count up to, JR needs to chat with us. Who intends to buy lunch next week? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. So we have almost 40 hands in the air here. So I'm going to be counting.
Perfect.
Okay. And somebody take a picture with all those hands up so that we can actually nail those people. Yeah. All right.
So Norm, there was a question asked by a member of the club. Can one just put in $100 and then get 4 lunches automatically the next time we go out to eat?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me know.
Perfect. Okay, and if there's more than 30, that's fine. On Friday at 5, if I can call her and say, you know what, instead of 30, it's 40, she doesn't care. The problem is if you show up on Wednesday and she's made lunch for 30 and we have 40, I might be able to take care of about 5 of you maybe, but the rest of you will be sharing whatever it is it's for lunch. And eating out of each other's plates. Yes. All right. Well, again, thank you all so very, very much. I really appreciate your time. It matters that you're here. And next week, our speaker is going to be talking about local Native American. I didn't realize how much of that history is right in our valley. So she's going to give us a little insight into what's going on in our area. So again, thank you all so very much. I'm hanging on to this. Where are you, Bob? Gently.